So now let us see on how we can be able to apply the cosine law in actually non-lateral triangles. Let's say we have a typical non-lateral triangle like this. Let's say this is non-lateral triangle, and it is the triangle A, B, as well as the C. And from the way we discussed about the area law as well as the actually a sine law, you should have to understand that this is the side A, and this is the side B, and this is the side C. And I should know that this is angle A, and this is angle, let's say C, and this is the angle B, and of which angle actually C is opposite to a side C. And also in the same case, the angle A is opposite to side actually A. And also angle B is opposite to, should be a side B in that way. So now, how can you apply the cosine law in order to have the side of a known, actually the side of a known value, or even the angle, using the cosine law? According to the principle behind the cosine law, let's say we'd like to have the side of the let's say we'd like to have the side C. So now, in order to have the side C, what it means is that in order to have the value of the side C, then we should have the angle actually C, and the other two sides must also be given. And likewise, in order to have the value of the angle C, then the actually a side opposite to it must be given, and also the other sides as well. And likewise, in order to have, let's say, in order to have the value of a side A, then the angle opposite to A must be given, and the values of the other sides must also be given as well. And also, in order to have the value of the angle A, then we should also be given the value of the side A, and also the other sides must also be given as well. Now let's see how we should be able to go over that. Now, let's say we have an interest to find the value of the side C. Then the formula says C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 4AB. Should be minus 4AB. That should be minus 2, not 4. Minus 2AB, and the cos of angle C. That's how the cosine will be actually given if we'd like to have the value of the side C. Then the actually opposite angle must be given, and the value of the other sides must also be given as well. And if we have an interest to have the value of the angle C using the cosine, it means we must also be given the value of the angle actually side C, and the values of the other sides must also be given, in the sense that we can be able to have the value of the angle C in a right way. Now, if we have an interest to have the value of the side A, then the formula will be given as A squared plus C squared plus B squared minus 2CB cosine of angle A. That would be the formula as well. And likewise, if we have an interest to have the value of the side, let's say C, should be B, we'll have B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared, let's say minus 2AC times the cosine of angle B. So that's how the cosine can actually be applied. Let's see some of the typical examples you should have to understand much about. Let's say we have a triangle, and which is given as this. Let's say this is side. This is A, B, as well as the C. Now, assuming that this is 21, let's say this is 60, and let's say we have the value of, let's say, this angle given us 20 degrees. Now find the value of the side AB in this case. So now first thing you should have to understand that as it stands here, it means this is the side A, this is the side B, and this is the side C. You should know that. And we have been given the value of the side A and the value of the side B and the angle C, which is given as 20 degrees. So we'd like to have the value of the side C. So we're going to use the cosine because the side that we're told to have the opposite angle has been given, and also the value of the other two sides has also been given as well. So in this case, we'll have it as AC square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB times the value of the cosine of angle C. Now we have the value of the side A, which is 21. So have 21 to the power 2 plus, and the B is given as 60, we'll have 60 to the power 2 minus 2 times, should be 21 times 60, and the times cos of angle should be 20 degrees. So we'll have that understand. So what is the value of 21 to the power 2? Now 21 to the power 2, that is given as 441. So how 441 plus, and how about 60 to the power 2? We have 3600. So you have 3600 in the minus. Now what is the actually 21 times 60? And times 2. And that one times the cos of angle 20. So now we'll have it as 23. Should be 2368. And that should be point. That is should be 03. Let's say that's the case. So now which means we'll have that understand. The next you're going to add the two values of the first, and that is then I'll have c square is equal to that. Now we'll have the summation of actually 441 plus 3600. So 441 plus 3600, and that is given as, now should be 4041 minus 2368.03. And what would be that? The minus 2368 should be 68. That is a 0.03. So that will be given as 1672.97. Now we'll have that understand. Now we have that as a c square. Now we'll have to introduce the square on both sides. That will be given as the c is equal to the square of 1672.97. And what is that? Now we have it as 40 point, should be 90. Now that is the value of the side C in that case. Now the value of C is given us, that is 40.90 as we have it there. Now we can also be able to find, let's say, the value of the angle B as well as the angle A. Now let's think of having the value of the angle B also using the cosine rule as well. Now in this case, since we are looking for the value of the angle B, it means we'll have to make the side B as the subject formula using the cosine rule. So have it as B square. So have it as B square is equal to A square plus C square minus 2AC. Let me take it back. We'll have it as A square and that plus C square minus 2AC times the cosine of angle B. That's what we are looking for. And we have the value of the side B, which is given as 60. We'll have 60. And to the power 2, which is equal to, we have A, which is given as 21 to the power 2. And we have C that we have recently looked that one up to. We have it as that to the power 2. And the minus, that is 2 times actually 21 and the times 40 exponential and the times cos of angle B. That's what we are looking for. And of course, then I want to go up next. Let's now have a 60 to the power 2. Now 60 to the power 2 again we'll have it as 3,600. 3,600, which is equal to, should be 441. 441 plus, and what is 40 point? Should be 40.90 to the power 2. We have it as 1,672.81 and the minus, then I'll have 21 times 40.90, that is then times 2. We'll have it as now negative 1717. So negative 1717, that should be point, and that should be 8 times the value of the cos of angle B. So that's how that one will be now expressed. Then we'll have the summation of these two values, and that is now being given as 441 and plus 1672.81. That is we have 3,600, and which is equal to 2113 and 0.81 minus, that is 1717.8 times the angle of cos B. Then I'm going to transfer this to the other side. That will be given as, now have it as a minus in that way. So 3,600 minus that one will be given as 1486.19, and that will be equal to negative 1717.8. that is cos of angle B in that way. Then what will go up next from there? Then I'll have to divide both sides by negative 1717.81. Now which means we'll have it as cos of angle B is equal to 1486.19 divided by negative 1717.8. And what is that? And that is now we'll have it as this. Now we have cos of angle B, that which is equal to negative 0.86, let's say 52 in this case. Then we should have to calculate the value of the angle B. That will be given as the cos inverse of that one. Now the value of the angle B will be given as the cos inverse of negative 0.8652, and that will be given as and the angle is being given as 149.9 actually degrees, that is to 1 decimal place. So that is the value of the angle B in that case. And we can be able to find the value of the other angle using the principle of angle sum of triangle, since we have the value of the two sides, since we have the value of the two internal angles in that way. So that's how you can also be able to apply the cosine rule and for the non-right angled triangles. Let's say we have this case. Let's say this is a typical non-right angled triangle where this is, let's say, 20, let's say this is 15, and we have this one as 9. Let's say this is the triangle X, Y, let's say Z. Now find the values of all actually internal angles and for actually this triangle. So first thing, we may think of calculating the value of any angle for interest, since we are being given the three sides of the triangle. So we're going to use the cosine rule as well. Let's think of calculating the value of the angle X. So since we're calculating the value of angle X, it means the side X, this will be given as the side X, this is the side C, and this is the side Y. So which means the side X will be given as the separate formula using the cosine rule. Now have X squared is equal to Z squared plus Y squared minus 2 ZY times the cosine of angle X. And we have X, which is given as 15, and we have to square it, which is equal to Z, that is given as 20, and we have to square it, and the plus Y, that is given as 9, we have to square it minus 2, that is 15, and that times 20. That should be 2 times 20 times 9, that is times the cosine of angle should be angle X. So what is 15 to the power 2? Now 15 to the power 2, that will be given as 225. So have 225, and which is equal to, what is 20 to the power 2? We have it as, should be actually 400. Let's see. So 20 to the power 2, that is 20 to the power 2, that is given as the 400, and the plus 81 minus, and we have should be 20 times 9, and the times, that is 2, we have it as negative 360. So negative 360 times the cos of angle X. That's what we're looking for. Then we have to sum those those values up. That will be given as the 400. Now we'll have it as, should be given as 225 is equal to 400 and 1 minus 360 cos of angle X. That is the angle we are looking for. Then what will go up next? So in that case, we'll transfer 481 to the other side. Now that will be given as 225. That is 225 minus 481. So which means we'll have it as negative 256 is equal to negative 360 times the cosine of angle x. So which means we'll have cosine of angle x, which is equal to negative 256 divided by negative 360 in that way. Then the negatives will cancel, and you only having it as, that should be 256 and that divided by 360. That is now being given as, should be negative, that should be positive, I'll have it as 0.711 in that way. So we have it as the cos x. Now we are looking for the value of the angle x, so which means we'll have the cos inverse of that value. Let me have it this way. So which means the value of the angle x will be given as the cos inverse of, that is 0.711 in that way. So what is that one? So we have it as 44.684 degrees. That is the value of the angle x. Let me have it here. 44.8 should be 0.68 rather. 0.684 degrees. So that is the value of the angle x in that way, using the cosine rule. Now also try to have, let's say, the value of the angle y, and also using the same cosine rule as well. And thereafter you'll be able to have the value of the angle z using the theory of angle sum of triangle. Or else you can be able to have the value of angle y using the sine rule. Whichever you may think about of your interest, but that's how you should have to understand about the principles behind the cosine rule. Mind you, cosine rule is actually only applied for non-Lagrange triangles only. You try to do this at your own time. Let's say we have the triangle given as this. Let's say it is the triangle M and P in this case. Let's say this is angle 30 degrees. And now we have the side given as, let's say, 5. Let's say this is 10 and this is, let's say, 6. Let me have it this way. Now find the value of the side NP and also the value of the other angles as well in that case. And also think about this one as well. Let's say we have the triangle. Let's say given as x, y is 8. Let's say this is 11, 20, let's say this is, should be, let's say 7. Find the value of the actual sides, find the value of the internal angles as well, if that's the case. So that's how you can also be able to apply the cosine law in in non-Lagrange triangles. So don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and for you to be actually notified for everything, for every content actually we are creating. Thank you.